We're in Italy at the media launch, the media drive of the new Alfa Romeo Giulia. It's a car that I've been waiting a long time to drive, in fact, ever since I saw the first pictures and ever since I heard about the spec of this particular one behind me, which is a Quadrifoglio. This is the performance one. This is the 2.9 V6 with 510 brake horsepower, 0 to 100 in 3.9 seconds, 307 kilometers per hour, a beast of a machine. We've also been driving the 2-litre petrol 200 horsepower car, which is the other car that we're likely to get in our region. So we drove that car on the road a little bit earlier on, and I've just been out in this thing on the track here at Balocco Proving Ground, which is where Fiat and Alfa do all of their testing and development work. So let me take you a little bit of a walk around this car and give you a few more details on the Alfa Giulia range, which, by the way, will hit our region towards the end of this year and early next year. So the Alfa Romeo Giulia, of course, is a rear-wheel drive car with a lot of clever stuff and a clever bit of technology. Check out the styling of this car. I do love that pinched nose and those vicious looking eyes, that gaping grille on this particular model. This is of course the Quadrifoglio, the performance version, similar to the regular Giulia. The regular Giulia has slightly different air vents there. This one also has a lower front splitter that's active, I believe, that also helps for aerodynamic downforce. Check out the very short front and rear overhangs, and yet the quite long flowing bonnet line that gives it that sort of sexiness. Great lines along the flanks with on this one a carbon fiber blade there in the side skirt. Makes it look even more special. Now these of course are rear wheel drive, and that sort of is indicated by the sort of flaring. I don't know if you can quite make it out on this picture, but the flaring that you get over the rear wheels a little bit. Quadrifoglio, of course, stands for cloverleaf, and this car, if you look at the back also, you'll find that as well as being rear drive, it has torque vectoring on the rear wheels, so to give you more agility at speed. So as I told you, it's got the 510 horsepower engine, that's 443 pounds-foot of torque. Now the 2-litre I was talking about earlier, the one that we drove on the road, that's a twin scroll turbo. It gives 200 horsepower and 243 pounds-foot of torque. That is an 8-speed, that comes with an 8-speed auto. This one will also get with an 8-speed auto, but the ones here at this event are all 6-speed manuals, and that's the ones that we've driven. And that's what is initially going to be available for this car, but later on the 8-speed auto will be available, and of course that's probably the one that we'll be getting. So I'm quite lucky to have driven the 6-speed manual here at the proving grounds today. It's got lots of safety kit on it: forward collision alert, autonomous emergency braking with pedestrian recognition, and of course it's got the driving modes that you've seen in Alfas, the DNA as they call it, which stands for dynamic, natural and advanced efficiency. This car also has the longest wheelbase in its segment to give it a little bit more interior room. Now, what about pricing? Well, there isn't any confirmed pricing that has been communicated to me at this point for our market. What I understand is that this car, the one that you're looking at, which will be slightly better optioned for our market than it is for the European market, will come for 360,000 dirhams. And the base models, I'm really going to have to speculate. For the 2-litre petrol, it's likely to be, I would say, around 150,000 dirhams. But I will find the correct price, and hopefully we'll be able to put that into the text. If not now, then certainly later on. Just a quick look at the boot. Not that that should be very important in the Giulia, but actually that's pretty spacious and quite wide and very, very usable. What have we got under here? Not much actually, just a little compartment there, which is quite handy. I guess this comes with the repair kit rather than a space saver. Here we are in the interior of the Quadrifoglio, and this has Alcantara leather split trim, isofix points, no center armrest in this particular model, and I think these one-piece seats, do they come down? I suspect that they do, but no, or maybe they're not actually, they might be fixed just to ensure the rigidity of the car. Two vents down here, which is quite nice, and what is this, a USB stick, so that's good because I've also counted one inside the cubby box and one up ahead at the front of the dashboard, so it's all very, very good. Grab handles down here. One thing to say is that the back of these seats, and I believe that as standard we'll be getting the sport seats with the carbon fiber back on them for our market, which are quite attractive, and actually will give you even a little bit more room than this. But as it is, I got good headroom, decent side room, no problem for my feet, and as you can see, good knee room too. Right, let's have a look at the front of the car. Here we are in this car, and look at the starter button. It's on the steering wheel here. Isn't that cool? See how that lights up? That's interesting because that actually comes on in a screen, and maybe I'll show you that somewhere else. But all very nice. So it's got the electronic gear lever here, and this is the touchpad for the digital dash, and this is where the modes are. Glove box here. With, like I said, it's got charging point in there, so it's one of those charging plates. Power supply and USB and aux are all down in there, if you can just make out. And like I said, there's another aux down there, and there's also cup holders down there. So like I said, this actually is a screen which gives you all the infotainment and music and all the rest of that sort of stuff. Nice bit of carbon fiber there, and this one has the flat bottom steering wheel, which some of them have carbon fiber, and I think again we will probably get that for our region. Remotes on the steering wheel there, nice little paddles, very easy to use these because you know they're so big that wherever your hand is you can pretty much reach them when you're on the track and stuff like that. So a good seating position, great visibility, no real issues out there. The instrument panel, as you can see, analog, nice traditional analog dials, and AC vents there, and also in the middle there. So just to cover off, so drove the 2-litre around town. I found it very easy to drive, not really wanting for performance, not full-on performance, but certainly for the segment it felt right, and it felt just as it should do. Good comfy drive, entertaining to drive, entertaining to check around as well, actually quite enjoyable. Then you move to this thing, and this is a whole different level. This is a completely different beast, and really this is the one that got me salivating, and we had a chance to take it around the track. We did 5 laps in the car, and in fact, rather than me talk to you about it now, why don't you watch this? Thank you. Right, so you guys join me for a couple of laps in the Alfa Romeo Giulia Quadrifoglio with 510 horsepower from its 2.9 litre V6 bi-turbo. And that's what I love. These cars have been pounding around here all day long. On the Balocco test circuit. Balocco is where Alfa and Fiat do a lot of their development and work on the cars that they put out. And I love this because they're just sending us out. Yeah, go out, go for it, do what you want. So this is great. So I'm just going to take you guys around. So this is a manual version. This is a 6-speed manual. They will be getting a We will be getting a 8-speed automatic as well with this car, which comes out next month. And these cars actually will go on sale in our region towards the end of this year. So by that time, you definitely will have the option of the automatic. Now, one thing I will say about this manual, the clutch part of the pedal box is fantastic because it's so natural to heel in toe. You see, in this car, they've just positioned it absolutely perfectly. It just feels really, really natural, you know. I'm riding the curb a little bit, and there we go. And there's the acceleration, second gear, just on the limiter there, third gear. So braking down here and back into second with a little bit of heel and toe and just pushing it through these corners. This is fantastic. The steering is so direct. There's so much grip. You know, it really does feel so confidence inspiring. In fact, one of the things I said, this is the second time actually that I'm going around this circuit now, and the first time I did it, I jumped straight into the car and straight away I was on it and I hardly needed track and stuff. But to me it was just like, you get so much confidence from this car. It's absolutely amazing, you know. These little gates that they've put in here just to slow us down. But great shifter. The brakes are tremendous. Just absolutely, you know, you can just hang off the brakes. But good grip, good handling, you know, and it just gives you a lot of confidence. The turning is great. The grip is good. You know, it's a rear-wheel drive car with 510 horsepower. But at no point do I feel that, oh no, it's going to spin out or the back is going to get a bit loose or anything like that. Just feels absolutely planted. I know it's got torque vectoring, and that probably does a lot, you know, to help in that thing. There appears to be an Alfa 4C on the track there. Don't think it's part of this exercise, but it's a gorgeous looking thing anyway. So again, you know, very easy to get down into second gear for this very tight hairpin right and hairpin left, and back on the power. Here we go. Power takes a while for the bi-turbos to kick in, but once it's on, there it comes, you know, and it's so easy to over-rev it. So should be fourth for this, I think. Pretty high speed, but just the incredible amount of confidence that you get from this car is just fantastic. It's just a really easy car to drive fast, you know. A lot of cars, you think about a car that you're going to get into with 510 horsepower on an unknown track, on an unfamiliar track, and you might be a little bit like intimidated and a little bit worried. But this car, I think, you know, it's just tremendous amount of intuitive responses and just helps you, just guides you along, sort of thing, you know. Well, I do love the pedal arrangement, and I think that that's one of the things that would make this car a lot of fun to pedal around your favorite country road or your favorite mountain pass. But we will get an automatic, it will have pedals. The steering response, as I was saying, fantastic. Just really intuitive, really responsive, really sharp. The turning at the front is just absolutely fantastic. The ride too, very little body roll and excellent body control. I mean, literally, look, I mean, this is throwing it in. I'm on the curbs there, you know. And again, from right to left, really, like, I'm, you know, pushing it on the grip there. And you can feel the car moving around, but you don't feel it lolloping or anything like that, you know. So, just an absolute joy. So I'm just going to let you enjoy the rest of this lap with a little bit of sound from that glorious V6. Nice bit through the tunnel there. Just a nice bit of pivoting with the torque vectoring. It's really, really sweet. And there we go. 2 laps around the Balocco short circuit test facility. just trying this car out. Absolutely wonderful, real joy to drive, real pleasure. I'm so delighted that this is how this car is. I was so looking forward to this, and I finally, at the end of today, I've had a chance to drive this car. I'm just going to open this and give you a little bit of look. Sounds great, actually, really good. Just has that charisma. Right, so there you have it. I mean, you can see from the grin on my face what an absolute joy this has been, and these cars are fantastic. Like I said, they're coming to our region end of this year, early next year, and we really can't wait for them to be there. And we do hope that this is going to be a new turning point for Alfa. These cars are beautiful, they're desirable, they're fantastic to sit in, wonderful to drive. We do hope that this is going to be what really brings Alfa back and gives it a new impetus in the Middle East. Love to hear your comments on this car and how you think it'll be received in our market. As ever, do follow us. We're on motoringme.com. That's our website. You can find us on all social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Just search for Motoring Middle East. And again, the same applies to YouTube. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please do subscribe. You can also follow me on Snapchat, Shazad_Sheikh. So until the next one, thanks for watching. So we're just going out on a short ride here with a professional driver. He's going to try and scare me. I've got a thing on my wrist which is supposed to measure how excited I get. So let's see what the results of this is going to be. Here we go. Enjoy the ride, everyone. Keep going. It's fine. Yeah, go. Otherwise the thing won't work. We're going through a couple of S's. We're going left, we go a little bit sideways, we're going to the right. Here we go. Oh, he's keeping it steady. Oh, here we go. Now we're going sideways. We're drifting. Here we go. Up into what's the third gear, braking hard, sharp right, and whoa, little bit of a squiggle there. Keeping it in third. Wow, a lot of bounce, a lot of movement. Great way that it just holds the road there. Fantastic. Bouncy corner that, but yeah, very nice. And here we go, a little bit sideways. Whoa! Back up into third, into fourth. And there's a couple of gates. Here we go. Right, left. Good movement there, great grip. We're going left, sharp left. Woohoo! Hard on the brakes. Good brakes. Back into the left, still in third, doing about 160, 168, 178. We're doing up to 180, 84, 195, 200, 211, 216. We're on the brakes, down into third, left and right, on the curbs. Oh, sharp hairpin. Here we go. There we go. And here we go, sideways again. Fantastic. I do love sideways. And here we go. That was the end of a thrilling little lap with a professional driver here. What was your name, sorry? Corrado. Gave me a fantastic ride in this wonderful Alfa Romeo Giulia QV.